I am actually referring to the man who's about to join us on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line. If I'm not mistaken, Denniston Oliver Moore Jr. is about to join us. DJ Moore from the Carolina Panthers entering year 5, fresh off of a terrific season in Carolina, here on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line on the Rich Eisen Show. How you doing, DJ?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you putting my whole name out there to the world.
What do you think? Is that a good thing, or or is that something that you don't want out there? What do you think? What do you got for me on that?
Not a lot of people know my whole name, so
Okay.
Everybody just been calling me DJ. So
Okay.
it's nice to know that somebody knew my whole name.
Who calls you by your full name? Who does that on planet Earth? Anybody?
Nobody at all.
Okay. All right. Not even when you're in trouble? I know that when, my mom, when she called me Richard, I know I was in deep trouble when she used my full name.
Nah.
No?
My mom never called me Denniston. She just always said DJ.
Okay. Very good. Well, then let's call you DJ. Why not? Since everybody else does that. So what is your sense of the Carolina Panthers entering year 5 for you in this NFL? What's your sense, DJ, of your team?
I feel like we have a better system in place right now. We all understand the main goal this year is to be better than last year. Well, I want to be way better than last year because we didn't do too well. So everybody's main goal is to just do way better than last year and just try to make the playoffs this year.
What do you mean by better system? What do you mean by that?
I feel like it's a better structure for us to going into this year than previous years.
So then what's the difference? Can you give me an example, DJ, of what the difference is?
I could tell you a little something. Like the offense is way better than previous years. So we have a lot of upgraded weapons and calls that will help us out this year.
Okay. And Ben McAdoo being the new OC, and what's he brought to the equation there?
He brought a bunch of new things, like things that my first few years we had, but then we got away from it, and now it's back. So just learning his terminology with things is very hard, but, I mean, it's going to work in the long run.
Well, when he was calling plays for the Giants as the head coach there, he had this huge, huge card that looked like a diner menu card. Does he still have that? Does he still have that going for him?
It's still around. I seen it the first day. I was like, "Ooh, who God know all that?" But then we got to going with OTAs. It became simpler.
And then it got a little awkward when you ordered a tuna melt off it. That might have been could have been like, what do you mean by that? Okay, DJ Moore here on the Rich Eisen Show. And how are you a different receiver than when you first walked off the campus at Maryland into Carolina, DJ?
Just understanding the game better. My first few years, the game was pretty fast for me, so I had to adjust to that. The speed of the game, and then my later half of my young career, it started to get slow, so I was able to just dissect defenses, understand offenses better, and just be able to do what I do when I get the ball in my hand.
Well, I mean, you had a terrific year last year. My colleague here, Chris Brockman, and I have a fantasy team together in a celebrity fantasy contest, and you were on our team, and we loved all of your production. And one of my favorite moments, DJ, this past year is when I got a chance to tell none other than Steve Smith that I was starting you every single week. What was that moment like for you from back in the day when, if I'm not mistaken, did Steve ask about your fantasy value in front of you to Cam Newton? Did that happen a few years ago, DJ Moore?
Yeah, that happened a few years ago. It was pretty awkward, but a few years later, it came back that he was just playing fantasy with his son. So I thought it was like a real league, but it was just a family league that he was playing in. I wasn't too hurt about it.
Well, the stakes weren't that high, but still, I mean, he. You know what I find though is that from Steve, if he does that, that means he likes you. That's what I think. I think you should have taken that as a compliment right in front of you.
Yeah,
DJ.
At first I didn't know how to take it, but then I got to know him more and understood where he was coming from with it.
He's one of the best. I mean, so are you still in contact with him? Is there any things that you pick up from him or he advises you on in any way, shape, or form, DJ?
Yeah, we stay in contact. One Mostly if it's a bad game or I do something silly out there on the field, he'll text me about it and we'll talk about it. But other than that, our relationship is good. We talk when we talk. He's here in Charlotte, so I know I could just hit him up and we could go talk about something if I have it on my mind.
DJ Moore, Carolina Panthers wide receiver here on the Rich Eisen Show. Let's just dive into it. The quarterback spot. How is Sam Darnold looking to you and handling everything in year 2 for him there?
Well, Sam, it's just like I could see a growth in him already from OTAs. You know, everything has been hectic this offseason for him and the news-wise. So with all the quarterbacks moving around. And the way he just handled it, he was talking to everybody, he just was so poised. And then he came in and he had to learn a new offense. He just took it full head on. And he's been good with Ben and Sean with the quarterbacks. And I haven't seen no downward spiral for him, but all upwards for him right now.
Well, I mean, look, he came into New York with such fanfare and being drafted high, and the irony now is the quarterback that was selected in front of him is potentially sitting out there because of what's going on with Baker Mayfield in Cleveland. Has any of that chatter filtered into your locker room huddle, any sort of conversation that you've overheard or that can filter in at all into what's going on in your preparations for 2022, DJ Moore?
No. In the locker room, even when it all started, it might have been a few things, but we just was all like, let's just leave it to the people upstairs. They get paid that money to make those decisions, and whatever happens, we just rock out with it and adjust from there.
How does McCaffrey look like to you, DJ?
He's been taking good care of his body, you know, with his little freak injuries that you can't really prevent. He's just being cautious, and he just looked like C-Mac that when I first came in, and he had 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing. So I'm looking forward to playing out there with him again. Okay,
so what's the like I said, the general sense for your team with Matt Rule, your coach? I mean, there just seems to be so much chatter outside of football surrounding your team right now. DJ, what do you think you can achieve this year? Brady coming back in Tampa for one more year, as it seems, and the Saints most likely going to get can't guard Mike back, as we expect. What's your general sense of things entering year 5 for you and your team, DJ?
Man, first is to win the NFC South. Just take it full head on. We had some close games within the conference, so we know we're not too far away. And it's just to win, like win now and think about everything else later.
Okay, well, very good. And what do you do now? What's July look like for you? What's your summer before training camp? What is DJ Moore doing? What are you doing?
I'm relaxing, working out 3 days a week, and just relaxing, spending time with family. I might take a trip or two, but other than that, I'm just focusing on relaxing and make sure my body's right.
Where are you thinking of going?
I want to go to the Nickelodeon in Jersey, so take my daughter there.
Huh. So you want to go to the studios, you mean? Nickelodeon you're talking about?
No, they got an amusement park and a water park up there. So I want to one day take her up there.
How old's your daughter?
Let her enjoy.
How old?
She's 2.
She's 2. Oh, man. Okay, so what are we watching? You're like watching, are we on Disney Plus, or you watching anything? What do you got? What are we watching right now?
We on Disney Plus watching all the princesses.
Okay.
Her new thing right now is Shrek. So we've been watching a lot of Shrek.
Well, that's good because there's a lot of adult humor in it that you might get. Have you gotten into the Frozen world yet? Have we gotten there?
Yeah, I'm in the Frozen world 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. So do you know all the lyrics to Let It Go, DJ Moore? Do you know that off the top of your head?
I don't know all the lyrics off the top of my head, but if it's playing, I do sing it under my breath.
Okay, you can't. Be careful because you can't get out of your head. Just know this: what can help you, and it has helped me in the times that I've been out at a football field. I don't play in it, but I do broadcast in it. If you can sing that the cold doesn't bother you anyway, when you're out there and it's like 20 degrees, you're on the road, you might be in Lambeau Field, just sing that and watch you get 200 yards and 3 touchdowns on that day. I guarantee it. I guarantee.
I got to remember to do that.
Okay, yeah, just turn Chris, can you look up the Carolina schedule? Where's he going that might be cold? There it is on the screen. Okay, at Seattle, week 14 could be cold. At Baltimore, week 11, November 20th. That's got a potential. You could be cold. I think those are the dates. You bust out the you turn it into your own personal Arendelle and see how it works, DJ.
I would think about doing that and see if it works.
Okay, very good. Well, enjoy your time. What's your daughter's name? What's her name?
Ariel.
Oh wow. That sounds very Frozen.
Little Mermaid.
That sounds. Well, it's Little Mermaid there.
A little more like Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. Okay, you're locked in. Congrats. Enjoy that 2-year-old. Love up on her before the football season makes Daddy a little more scarce. Enjoy the time and let's chat down the line. And I look forward to more fantasy fun from you this year.
Thank you, and I hope I bring more fun for y'all.
Thank you very much. You will do that. That's DJ Moore of the Carolina Panthers here on the Rich Eisen Show.